this is our analytics conceptual framework. So for us, as a conceptual architecture, one of the things we make sure we are anchored in architecture, and this is for architecture priorities, is to say, what is the analytics capability we're trying to deliver in the company? So it's a little different than a product or a project, because when you're saying, hey, we've got to get this data into this report with these calculations, or we need to develop a machine learning model that can tackle this complex and offer us some probabilistic outputs. What we're talking about is if you can break it down and look at your projects and say, what are the analytic capabilities that are involved? You get this spectrum that goes from left to right. And I'd like to start off with the left-hand side just to say, in our world, what we see and believe is that business intelligence, data warehousing, reporting, OLAP is not going away. It serves a purpose within the business that is what I consider operational performance management. As a company that is operating, that is executing, you set goals, you have metrics, you work to achieve those goals. And running the company hasn't changed, nor is it going away. Now, what we do find is that this new middle section is, we call it enterprise self-service data analytics. We also consider this business data enablement, which means that we're looking at enabling the business to work with data because they're going to have discovery, insights, validate things that help a data warehouse project, but also take care of themselves, and maybe other teams don't need to get involved. It doesn't need to be a project per se. So we want to focus on that capability because in itself, it adds a lot of value to the business as well. Everybody's ability to connect to data, find data, trust data, follow a modern analytics lifecycle, which is one of our methodologies, means that you have increased productivity of working with data. And then our third key spectrum, if you will, if the left-hand side follows the classic industry terminology of saying descriptive and diagnostic analytics, saying looking at what's happened and understanding how that might have happened, the right-hand side is more into the predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics world, where we shift from here's the data and what happened yesterday happened to here's what we think is going to happen today, next month, in the next minute. And so here, what we have to do is we leverage a different set of technologies, but we deliver a capability to the business to predict or to solve complex decision-making routines that frankly are just too hard to try to business real code on the BI side. So here we have, let's focus on machine learning, but AI is to include, all the deep learning routines you could have, neural networks, data science statistics, right? Because you're looking for patterns in the data, or you're looking for prediction, and prediction comes with probabilities. There's a 65% chance it's going to rain today. Business question, do I need an umbrella, right? So that is a capability we want to deliver to the business. Now, what is the foundation for this? The horizontal lines on the bottom here is that there needs to be a common enterprise data lake, all the enterprise data assets in one place. So you can build as many data warehouses, data hubs, things that support both cloud OLAP or cloud BI, that allows self-service people to find data, work with data, create what they need, curate that data, and where data scientists can work with those same self-service analytics folks to go into the data lake, find everything they need, upload their own data. Some of it will be streaming data pipelines into this, and data pipelines will carry it further. But our foundation here is data. So the point here is that we have a conceptual architecture. We have a strategy that says our architecture for data and analytics will focus on delivering analytic capabilities. So as you're looking at projects, this is the first way to consider, hey, we've got a project. Do we need to get some self-service involved so that we can explore the data, validate, is this even feasible? Does the business understand all of their requirements? And then we also have this second mode of, okay, now let's, build the data models. Let's build the data pipelines and transformations. And so conceptually, that's how we can look at our agile projects and say which components or capabilities do we need to have in the architecture available to enable a capability.